Over 100 years ago, Wichita, Kansas was one of many cities in development, both in economy and the Industrial Revolution. Fueled by the Industrial Revolution, the train tracks continued to grow and expand, bringing along migrant workers from Mexico. During the Great Migration, African Americans arrived downtown Wichita from the south. Fueled by the Industrial Revolution, the train tracks continued to grow and expand, bringing along migrant workers from Mexico. In the midst of this movement, each found connection and grew to make this their home. The NorthEnd and Northeast neighborhoods began to develop and enrich the lights of their labor. Iconic landmarks such as the Nomar Theater were built, surrounded by a bustling business district. Social clubs offer spaces for leisure and family entertainment. However, most remain inaccessible to Mexican American residents due to segregation laws. Many of the African American residents started to migrate to the northeast part of the city. By the early 40s, the neighborhood had a well-established economic center along Cleveland Street, full of commerce and culture. A cornerstone of the neighborhood, the Nomar Theater, was erected in 1941 and became a host of legendary musical acts such as Louis Armstrong. Despite the city expansion, segregation, and displacement, residents came together to help elevate and empower their communities. While Mexican Americans in the North End created their own community networks through faith centers and sports clubs, Black residents largely lived in McAdams, with their own businesses, schools, churches, social clubs, and entertainment venues. By the 1960s, redlining had started to take a toll in North Wichita neighborhoods. This refers to a discriminatory pattern of divestment and obstructive lending practices, acting as an impediment to home ownership among African Americans and other people of color. Banks used the concept to deny loans to potential homeowners who lived in these neighborhoods. This resulted in neighborhood economic decline and the withholding of services at an extraordinary high cost. The construction of Highway I-135 through McAdams in the 1970s physically divided the community, damaging residential density and the ability to sustain businesses and services for its citizens. The impact of these discriminatory practices stayed in the neighborhoods for decades. The 1980s brought a new wave of migration from Mexico, Central America, and Southeast Asia, repopulating the North End and bringing along diverse perspectives and a renewed spirit of entrepreneurship. With a resilient attitude and hard work ethic, more and more for rent signs were removed and institutions developed to create a newfound source of dignity and pride. The renovation and expansion of the Nomar Theater is opening an extraordinary opportunity for public and private investment geared to rebuild the social fabric of this iconic neighborhood. The Nomar International Plaza at 21st and Broadway is bubbling with cultural and economic activity, providing a platform to showcase local talents and develop small entrepreneurs. North Wichita residents are uniting to build a shared vision for the future, creating spaces to address their needs, heal, to build community, to share their history, and create new stories. What's in your horizon?